You are listening to episode 116 of the Peaceful Mind Podcast. Welcome to the Peaceful Mind Podcast, a place for creating the peace of mind you need to be the best mom you are created by God to be. If you want to bring more balance, more joy, and more peace to your motherhood, this is the place for you. I'm your host, certified life coach and Catholic mom, Danielle Tienel. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, let's get started. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm also welcoming myself back to my home after a month of a lot of travel. Some of it was work and some of it was pleasure. But actually, as I say that, it's not really a true statement because it all feels like pleasure to me. Because the quote work I do as a life coach, helping moms, all while infusing my faith into a business that makes an impact and is in service of helping women transform their life, just as a life coach, well, many life coaches have now helped me transform mine. This is my soul's work. So the travel had me kind of bouncing back around the country in these last few weeks. I went to Arizona for a business and life coaching conference. I went to Washington, D.C. to work with and help another coach spread her amazing work. Then I was out west again in California, where I celebrated what would have been my best friend's 49th birthday if she were still here with us on Earth. I got to honor her through, hanging out with her family, and it was amazing. And talking about her because we all miss her so much. And then it was fall break for my son's school, and we headed down to Florida for some sunshine, some water activities. The beach is my happy place, but it's now good to be home, and I am lit up. Actually, I'm fired up that I get to do what I do for you today. But before we dive into today's episode, I want to make sure you beautiful mamas know that my mom's group life coaching program, Busy to Balanced, is now open for enrollment today. If you are listening to this podcast the week it's released in October 2022, and it'll begin next week. So this is the program that teaches you how to start taking all that you are juggling in your life with marriage, kids, work, your health, time, money, relationships, just all the life things that come with a busy motherhood, and balance it in a way where you are calm, in control, and confident to handle what comes your way. And we deliberately create the life that you really want, and one that includes a lot of peace and joy, which is what God intended for us. When you enroll, you get immediate access to the Busy to Balance group portal that walks you through some video modules, and there's a checklist there to help you get all set up with all you need for success in this group, even before it starts. You'll be sent a hard copy of the program workbook directly to your home, and along with the digital copy on the portal, you'll also see there a plethora of resources waiting for you that I have created to help you, as well as over a half a dozen training and workshop type call recordings to help you on all the main subjects that moms need to step into this balanced life. This is all even before the main amazingness of the group happens, which is 6 months of having a personal life coach, yours truly, where we coach all together every single week for 6 months. And lastly, I'll mention the component of the group that brings me to today's episode, and that is community. There is a place on the group portal that I call community, where you get a community of support from other moms and from myself, where you can ask questions whenever you need coaching, whenever you need help, when we aren't on a coaching call. I find so often when we aren't surrounded by people who are going for their dreams or are just caught up in the day-to-day routine, that it's easy for us to forget our goals, to lose clarity on what we actually do want, and we get stuck and we keep creating the same things, no matter what we try to change on our own. And it's easy for us to go through the motions of life and motherhood and forget that what it actually is truly important to us. But being in this community and being in this program keeps you from forgetting so that you can make it a priority and stay focused so that you can build the life you truly want and enjoy this life, right? Whatever stage of motherhood you are in right now, let's not delay enjoyment. Especially this group that's starting will be able to tackle the upcoming holiday season and the New Year's goals and many months into the new year. Imagine that you look back and say, because I committed and showed up and really did this coaching group, I actually had the most peaceful and joyful holiday season and new year ever. So if you want one of these seats in the group that's starting next week, either email me directly, set up a call to talk one-on-one sometime this week, DM me on Instagram or Facebook, just get in contact. If you want in, sign up ASAP. All right. Okay, so let's all jump in and dive deeper into this power of community. And as I was doing a little bit of research and gathering my thoughts to be able to really share with you the power of community, I honestly will tell you that I knew that I wanted to let you know about the community aspect of the group, but if it was just on its own, with what I want to teach you today, I want any of you, if it's not my Busy to Balance group, I want you to really take away the importance of being part of a community in some way and somehow for your life. And the reason why this is a benefit to you is because we are all inherently social beings. As humans, we need to belong as social creatures and for survival. When we don't have community, we feel disconnected. We have a warped sense of our own self-perception because we are just there alone with our mind. And oftentimes it's not helpful and serving and useful thoughts that we have about ourself. We decline emotionally when we isolate ourselves from others. And this increase in feelings of isolation also kind of snowballs into feeling inadequate and really disconnecting from life. Whereas when you are in a community, you put yourself in a place where you can access the feeling of safety. Right? Because when we are surrounded by other people who are like-minded and have common goals and common interests, right? We've heard about how, I'm not sure exactly where it comes from. This is just off the top of my head, about how we become the sum of the 5 closest people that we surround ourselves with. When you choose a community, so for instance, with the My Busy to Balance group, you know that you're going to be around moms and moms of faith and moms who are dealing with the same things that you are, and also moms that are willing to invest in themselves and are after transformation and want support from others. You will create this feeling of safety for yourself when you are surrounded with people like this. Instead of feeling hopeless, you will watch and see other moms in the group and in a community aspect. You will see that, they have wins and there are things they have overcome. And plus you'll be in a position when you put yourself in a community, you're going to learn. And when you learn, that kind of eradicates this hopelessness. Because now you see a path. Now you see what's possible when you look from others. And just alone and being lonely, you're less prone to depression if you are not feeling alone and lonely. And that support, right? The support that you get from being in a community, it will it will take this uncertainty and again, just help you eradicate the loneliness because you will see that you are not alone. Studies confirm that our overall health is partly determined by our ability to look after ourselves, but sometimes we simply don't feel capable of doing that. For instance, in my group, Busy to Balance, I teach you some skills and concepts and what I like to call tools that build this beautiful toolbox to use in motherhood. And they all then give you this sense of capability because these tools are something that you can apply today and then get better at using in your life again and again. And then even when you're not in the community, forever in your life, you can use these tools and you are given this empowerment, right? You are just feel powerful to be able to go ahead and be capable of going after your dreams and moving through challenges and issues. You have this sense that no matter what comes your way, you can handle it. And that is the power that we get when you are gathered in a group that are like-minded individuals. It can't help but have a positive influence on your life. And I'm just now thinking of a few of my groups and ones I've run in the past and just seeing how they have learned from each other and supported each other. And then also, came in a little scared and questioning, is this the right place for me? But just taking that leap of faith, if you feel that a certain community may have what you need or be the people who you want to be around with, then go after and explore what it would be like to join. And again, you could on the other side be stepping into getting everything that it is that you want right now. Like-minded people who are ready and willing and open to change and to celebrate and it being a safe place. It's also, I love that we all carry these burdens around, right? And we don't have to do that alone. Why do we think? I'm so curious to find out why we've been programmed to believe that we should be figuring out life on our own. Right? When we first became a mom, right? We all know that these children did not come with instruction books, but we have doctors and we have like mom groups. I remember even the lactation consultant at the hospital when I had twins and how am I going to nurse both of them? And really just seeing that there was experts in areas that I wasn't an expert in that are there to help you. Why do we think that we need to carry these burdens alone? And sometimes you have something inside of you that you've gone through that you will know that in talking about can help somebody else who is carrying a burden right now by themselves. And then you can also come in and get the help you need, but you can also know that you will be a help to other women as well. And as part of our faith, we do want to be, in service. And this is a beautiful way that as you get help, you also help others. And if we don't step into community, we are going to just keep creating the same things that we are creating in our life right now. The power of community is that you see somebody else's way, you see a different idea or think in a different way that you weren't looking at before. And with that shift, with that openness in your mind, you can then kind of break the pattern of just creating the same thing over and over again and create something new for yourself. One of the favorite things that I just want to share right now about, myself, I am in some coaching groups. I'm in particular thinking about a year-long group mastermind that I was in that helped me in my life and in my business. And one of the greatest things is that I noticed is that before the group, when I was just alone, I had less gratitude for what was working in my life and what I was accomplishing. Because when I'm by myself and I let my own brain to its own accord, it'll inevitably just kind of default to the what's not going right, what's wrong with me, why can't I figure this out, I wish this was different kind of thing. But when I stepped into the community of like-minded individuals, who we were on this common purpose, right, to up-level ourselves and our business, I then was so much more grateful when not that I was happy when they told me about the challenges and issues they were facing, but I heard what they overcame, or I saw that I actually was in a place that I would maybe deem that was really more successful, or I had reached certain goals when others hadn't yet. Then I became way more grateful of all that was going on in my life. Whereas before, by myself alone, I wasn't looking at those things. And I am such an advocate for having an abundance of gratitude. And with a group and community, that power of gratitude comes to you a lot more easily. You just have more of a chance for success when you surround yourself in a place that has other people who are willing to be examples for you, but also support. And as I see as a life coach, one of the main things in my group program is that you get automatic accountability, right? You know that I am going to ask you about how things went. And I am going to want you to keep your mind focused on your goals. And we're going to check in. And we're going to check in regularly. And that does something to my clients, right? When you know, oh, my coach might ask me on this, or I want to get this done before our next coaching call. I just love the accountability that comes when you are in a community. Some other things that I just want you to be aware of, if you right now find yourself alone or isolated or trying to figure out on your own, or just repeating again, you just feel stuck, you're not making the progress that you want to, I just want you to know that if you join a community, and again, as much as I would love you to consider and to commit to joining me in my Busy to Balanced Moms life coaching program and be in our community, I want you to just try and find any community to step into, because this is what will happen. You will boost your self-esteem. And when moms are confident, right, then the whole family benefits. Your children, your spouse, when they see you feeling good and confident about life and what's going on, they too feel safe and happy. And so we also get a stronger sense of our own identity when you choose a group that has the same sort of focus and even faith as you do. You surround yourself with those like-minded people. Having a strong support network comes with communities. It gives you that extra push of accountability that I just mentioned. It just stops you from falling into unhealthy habits and especially unhealthy thinking patterns, which is one of the main points of my group, is to help you have strong, useful, serving thinking patterns. Because when we do that, then everything in the outside world changes for the better for us too. You guys, communities influence you and motivate you. And you invest in your well-being and bring positive changes in your life when you connect and are social. And just inherently, us humans, we have this need to belong and to be a part of a group. So if you are listening to this right now and you could evaluate and tell yourself that you are feeling kind of alone right now, or have feelings of inadequacy and uncertainty, if you have low self-esteem, if you are feeling kind of stuck, like there's some goals or some things that you've wanted to change and you've tried on your own, I want you to consider seeking out a community. What exactly would be a fit for you in your life right now? Would it be a group of other moms? Is it something around a hobby that you like to do? Is it focused on business? Is it a community in your neighborhood, a community group in your neighborhood? I remember having a play group that formed in women who lived in my neighborhood. And then it kind of morphed into a book club. And that is also something that is, community aspect. And there is power there, a power to have you feel more connected, more powerful, less isolated, less disconnected, more connection, more self-esteem, more capable. And just to surround yourself to build healthier habits. And so I want you to consider joining and being a part of a community some way, somehow in your life. And I want to also have you consider joining Busy to Balance, my mom's life coaching program. All the information that you will need to contact me will be in the show notes. And I want to thank you all for being a part of my podcast community. I love each and every one of you for listening. Until next week, much peace and love to you. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Peaceful Mind Podcast. Are you ready to take everything I teach you here and put it to work for your own life? To really learn how to have peace of mind no matter what is happening around you? If so, I'd love to have you as a client. As your coach, this is where you'll get personal and focused time on your own mind using life coaching tools, concepts, and proven life-transforming wisdom, all through a faith-filled lens. To learn more about how we can work together, come on over to danielleteenel.com. There, you'll see how to sign up for a free coaching consult and learn how to get started. Until next time, peace be with you always.